The girl never could have imagined that her middle school boyfriend was actually a 40-year-old man in disguise. Right in the middle of their date, he suddenly reverted to his true form. It seemed like his cover was about to be blown, but thankfully, the movie theater was dimly lit. Leo thought fast, pulled his jacket over his face, made up an excuse about needing to use the restroom, and quietly slipped away. As it turns out, Leo's true identity is that of a top-tier assassin. The reason his body had shrunk down was because he'd been stung by some kind of bizarre bee, and this was actually the first time he'd ever discovered that his body could change back. By the time the movie ended, his classmates just assumed Leo had gotten stuck in the bathroom. Today was actually a double date, the main couple being Barry and Mia, who had gotten together the last time they'd hung out. Since it was Mia's first real date, they'd brought Leo and Ella along for backup. Now Leo found himself trapped in the bathroom with no way out. There was only one exit, and walking straight out would definitely raise suspicions. Fortunately, one of his guys, waiting at a distance, came up with a plan: use a voice changer to disguise his voice.
大丈夫じゃないかも。
マジ？
腹壊しちゃって先に3人で帰ってくれ。
Just when it seemed like he'd made it through the crisis, Leo's girlfriend Ella was suddenly kidnapped. As the daughter of a wealthy family, getting kidnapped wasn't exactly out of the ordinary for her. With no time to waste, Leo bolted out of the bathroom immediately. Instead of ditching the voice changer, he shouted at Barry to wrap his arms around Mia, with both of them facing away from him. Neither could get a look at his face. Leo used the moment to get a description of the kidnappers. Once he was out of the bathroom, Leo spotted that the kidnappers hadn't gone far. He rushed downstairs, borrowed a motorcycle from a random stranger without really waiting for an answer, and took off after them. But mid-chase, his body shrank again just like that. Right at that moment, Barry came running up behind him. He'd gone on foot the whole way, which actually made sense since the distance wasn't that far to begin with. Turns out the kidnappers hadn't fled at all, they'd been waiting for them. Leo quickly clocked that these two were fellow assassins. And not just any assassins, they belonged to the top organization in the entire assassin world. One with a strict ranking system where the higher your rank, the greater your power. These two were Black Gold class, the absolute elite. But despite their menacing looks, they were actually just middle school kids themselves. Their goal? A one-on-one showdown with Leo. After all, Ella's father had once made a promise: whoever could beat Leo would earn the right to become his daughter's fiancé. But these two weren't just after a fair fight, they had something far more sinister in mind. One of them had a special ability: hypnosis. No matter who the target was, he could put them under in an instant.
弟エイジの花嫁となってもらう。
Facing them both, Leo wasn't worried about himself, but Barry's life was genuinely on the line, and the guy had absolutely no idea how bad the situation was. Then, without warning, one of the assassins pulled out a golf ball. Leo's instincts kicked in immediately. He grabbed Barry and they ran. His gut was right when that golf ball was struck. It triggered a massive explosion. Barry was completely stunned. Even someone as oblivious as him could see that taking a direct hit from something like that would be a death sentence. They split up and ran in opposite directions. The older of the two assassin brothers went after one of them. What Leo desperately needed right now was a gun. Luckily, one of his guys was already on the way, flying in a firearm via drone. Once Leo had the location, he made a beeline for it, but just as he was about to get his hands on it, the drone was shot out of the sky. The assassin had caught up. He immediately recognized Leo as a fellow assassin, though he had no idea which one. The good news: the gun had landed nearby. The bad news: